Hey everybody, it's week 37 and welcome to another Project Life process video. This is another entirely boring, routine, mundane week where nothing much was going on. I was working all the time and studying, so I don't have very interesting photos, and this has happened to me before. So I'm basically sharing this process anyway, because even though a lot of how much I like a spread really depends on the photos, I still want to show how I approach these pages where they're just not the most exciting, but they still have to be in your album when you do this weekly Project Life thing. Anyway, I started off by taking a stamp from an old Kelly Perky kit that was morning themed, and I made it on vellum and then taped it to the top photo. And then I'm taking another photo, an Instax photo, and I stapled it down on the pattern paper, and that is from the Cute Little You collection, I think, from Crepe Paper. It's the boy one. And I used another little stamp in the corner, and then I'm just adding a camera embellishment from an old Studio Calico pack. And I'm kind of looking at this photo wondering if that's enough or if I should do something else to it, but I leave it alone. And then I already have done my journaling on this card, but I want to add a little bit of decoration. And so I take this paper that's kind of similar to the paper above it in tone, and I make these little page flags, which are super cute, and I'm going to just lay them on the side and then add some staples. I love staple embellishments for pretty much everything, as you've probably noticed. So that's like pretty much that half of the layout done. Very simple. On this one, this is just a really boring gray building, so I wanted to stamp over it with the days of the week, and I used this pigment ink from, I think, Versamark, and I loved using this earlier this year, but when I stamp it this time, it doesn't show up very well, and it's very gloppy and it looks like a mess. And so I try salvaging it by going over it in my Brilliance Moonlight White ink, which is always really good, and it didn't totally work, so that's something I need to go back and redo. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to fix it, but the photo is kind of a mess and I'm ignoring it for now. And then I take this little clip from the Indigo Hills line from Pink Fresh Studio, and I noticed it has black and pink and teal and gold, which are all colors that happen to be in this layout, except maybe the gold, but anyway, it's close enough, so I decided to add it. And then here I add a little chipboard embellishment from an old Studio Calico kit, and this color of blue is kind of, I guess it coordinates with the sky a little bit, but it's kind of like out of the blue, I guess. Like, where did I decide that this color was going to be in the color scheme? But I really like the sentiment. It says stay curious, and this is when my dog was with my parents off exploring and stuff, so I just thought it was very cute and appropriate for that photo. And I absolutely love that picture of my dog on the tree. So then I take the same cut paper that I used to make the page flags, and then I'm going to just staple it and trim it off to add a little bit of interest to this card. This is an old cut apart card from the Mon Ami collection from Basic Gray, which is one of my favorites. And I'm going to stamp over the paper and the lines with my number stamp. And I use a kind of teal color that's similar to the card on the other side that has the Instax photo. And then I'm just adding the little star bubbles in navy, and then I have to add the week stamp as usual. And I really like this card for adding stamping. I think this was a fun one to stamp on. And then it has like all the months of the year and then a bunch of numbers, so you can kind of circle it. So I circled the days of the week that this covered and also the month, and I thought that was kind of cool. And then I just have this gym selfie, and I guess I was really proud of myself for getting to the gym all the time this week, and it was the only photo I had from this week of myself. So I add some Kelly Perky alphabet stickers to say work it out, and then I'm going to add the label as usual, and I think it gets cut off here, but if you've watched my videos you know how that goes. So here is a look at the final thing. Again, this wasn't a super exciting layout, but I still want to share it just to show how I do boring layouts or layouts with kind of boring photos. So I really hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you soon in my next video.